Okie dokie. Tuesday, I did make some changes. Wolfpack. I looked at the programming and I kind of felt like I got away from what I mentioned last week as far as taking a step back from like heavy weights and really focusing on. I'm gonna just spit on myself. Focusing on a little bit more of the technique at some lighter to moderate weights. So I wanted to switch this up a little bit, and also wanted to give the SummerSlam people a little bit of work on these different rep counts. Because one of their workouts does have these jerks, so everybody can benefit from this, right? It's barbell cycling. It's getting exposure and volume at different weights, different rep counts, and then progressing, kind of going from there, and really having the lighter weight set the tone. So same EMOM as last week. I really like having this extra 15 seconds per kind of interval. It really allows for a little bit more time, especially on these first 3 rep sets. That way we don't rush, right? We don't go outside of our normal technique just to get things done quicker, so we get a little bit more rest. So this extra 15 seconds has actually been really nice for recovery, 1, but 2, giving us a little bit of time to chill and really focus on the movement. So I've been enjoying this a lot, and I hope you have too. So the first 3 sets are going to be 3 split jerks, 6 out of 10 RPE, so your rate of perceived exertion. This isn't necessarily a percentage, it's really just kind of a 6 out of 10 effort. Again, how I would classify this is something that you can fully think cognitively about this entire lift, from the moment you start your dip to the moment that you catch in that split jerk, right? So that takes a whole lot of your attention, right? The cognitive aspect of the lift. So if we go too heavy, you're not going to be able to do both the physical and the mental aspect of the lift. So this 6 out of 10 is really something that you can fully think about the technique 100%, maybe even 90%, and only really rely on 10% for the physical. So this should be a pretty movable weight, something that challenges your technique, that you won't get away with like improper bar path or improper dip or losing your elbows, right? If we were to go light enough, right, you could get away with it. You could push the bar out in front, you could pull it back, and we'd be okay. But we want to find a weight where if you don't do the technique right, you're going to fail, okay? But not so heavy that we have to actually really try on the physical aspect, so we can really focus on the mental side of this. The first 3 should be moderate. Second 3, right, 7 out of 10. You're probably adding anywhere between 10 to 30 pounds, depending on your split jerk ceiling. The 3 sets of 2 here, and then the final 4 sets of 1 is just going to be around 8 out of 10 effort. I feel like we've done this exact split jerk EMOM probably a million times, but I really like going from the 3 to the 2 to the 1 and adding weight. I feel like it's a really good way to get volume in and to get a lot of practice. Okay, so there should be 0 fails today. You shouldn't even be remotely close to a fail at an 8 out of 10 effort jerk. But as we go along the RPE scale, we start to add weight, right? It's going to have to transition from a little bit less of the mental aspect of it. And we're going to have to put a little bit more effort into the physical aspect of it. So we prime the technique and the positions here, and then when we get to the heavier weights, we let that all just kind of turn over into the heavy singles, and then we focus on the physical movement, okay? And you guys will be very successful, right? It's real sciencey. It's real cutesy, okay? I did switch up the Metcon a little bit. I felt like there was going to be way too much rest time. And we're not necessarily looking for like completely unbroken max effort death sets here. We're just looking to get some big sets, volume, practice under fatigue, rest a little bit, and repeat. So it is 5 sets now. It's a good opportunity to get a lot of work in, and it's every 3 minutes. So we've got the jump rope set, 50 double unders. This should be something you do in, less than 45 seconds. Okay, if you're going to rip these unbroken, you're going to be less than 30 seconds. You're probably looking at 25 seconds. Okay, if you break once or you break a couple times, right, you're looking at maybe 40 seconds. So try to pick a jump rope set for you that's no more than 45 seconds. That way it doesn't eat into this time, because we do want recovery. So 50 jump rope. The shoulder overhead should be unbroken, definitely for the first 3 rounds. I don't even think you should be breaking it for the 4th or 5th round, but if anything, unbroken for the first 3 rounds. So you're looking at another 20, 30 seconds. That puts you like a minute 15. If you do a set of 15 pull-ups, it really only takes about 20 seconds. So you're still sitting under that sub 2-minute marker. So you're going to get at least a minute, if not more, rest. So approach this, right? 30 to 45 seconds, 1 to 2 sets, maximum, probably 1 set. And then take a quick break, and this tough unbroken set should be something that is bigger than what we would do in a Metcon, but definitely short of our max unbroken reps. Since we're going to be repeating this many times, we don't want to fully fatigue ourselves from this first set and use a huge set and then not recover and then lose intensity on the movements and then do really small sets of the pull-ups. So excuse me, it's a good opportunity to challenge yourself on a little bit more technical pull-up movement, okay? Since we do have that recovery time, we're not necessarily looking to like blow the lid off of reps, but I would say if you jump up and we don't have the biggest sets of pull-ups yet, you can do a couple sets, and I think that's okay. We're just getting some volume and practice in. So as long as all of this takes probably less than 2 minutes to start, we should be okay. As the rounds go on, maybe after the third round, if you get to the 2:15 marker and we finish this, you only get 45 seconds of rest. I think that's okay. But if we're leaking into that 2-minute window on the first set, we need to lower the double unders and we need to lower the shoulder to overhead, because we should be able to rip a big set and still have at least a minute rest. Okay, that's how this workout will go. I rambled again. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you guys in the gym. Bye-bye.